Hello everyone, my name is Paul. I work for a company called Micrographics and we are an Autodesk reseller in Cape Town, South Africa. I'd like to show you something that I've discovered with regards to the bridging of teams. To give you the background to this, what you can see on my screen at the moment is a typical Autodesk Construction Cloud project. This one I've affixed 2025 to because the version of the Revit files that are cloud models on this platform is 2025. And I also have one year for 2026. And there you can see that we've got the b.cx.ps1.18. So the reason it's named like that, I've got my own naming structure, is that I can recognize teams that are being bridged into my project. So from within the 26 team, if I had to share something like a IFC onto my timeliner, then I can still share that back into 2025. And you can see how the bridge team automation is bridged into the 2025 project. Now this specific team used to be called something else. It used to be called cx.ps, and if you look at the 2025 timeliner, you'll notice something like that, within the bridge teams there is the cx.ps1 team. Now I've tried everything. In fact, I've even created a case with Autodesk to try and resolve what happens if you rename a team within the 2026 bridged platform. So you can edit this team name over there, right? And if you edit the team name, you can even propagate that further and go to the docs and rename your folders accordingly. And that is in fact what I did. However, when you get to the project into which you're being bridged into, then that will not be visible. So while on your doc side, you might find on your shared folder that the folders are coming in correctly as cxps1.a, so it names the folders correctly, it will not rename the team that's within your timeliner. So the lesson to learn from this is that if you are going to be bridging teams, make 100% sure that you choose the correct name for the team from the very beginning, because you will not be able to reflect it differently within your timeliner in the future. If it becomes a critical issue, not even Autodesk will be able to help you. And what you are going to have to do is to create another team. So for argument's sake, let's suppose that I wanted to have cx.ps1 something else, all right, .a. Then I would have to go back to my 2026 item over there, and let's do cxps2.a, right? That I can do. How? Well, we would go and create the subfolder over there, add subfolder, and if that's bps2.a, bcxps2.a, and then a subfolder in there for the team. So if that is my naming convention, then I can create that team. Select an existing folder. There's my team. If I add that team, I rename that. and I bridge that into 2025, then that will create a new team in that project, and you could move all the content that is within the PS1 team into the PS2 team and share that with the 2025 instead. So there you can see the PS2A team. Nothing has been shared yet. Let's have a look at 2026 again. So if I wanted this to operate correctly, I would take whatever I've got in here and I could copy that into my PS2 team, continue. So it's obviously not picking up the originator PS2. Is it there? No, we've only got PS1. Alright, let's copy that. I would have to create the originator both within 2025 and in 2022. So that's a relatively trivial exercise. If we go to the attributes of 25 for the originator, where is this now? There's the originator. Let's edit that, add a value, call that PS2. That is Paul Storm placeholder. Save. And in 26, attributes originator, add a value of PS2 and call that All Storm placeholder. And then we could rename whatever files we've moved to PS2. And since we have this team, we can then share a new package, and that will be pushed through into the 2025 project under the correct team name, which somebody would be able to find on the timeliner. Okay, it takes a little bit of time to show up there, but this will now get shared through the bridge into the 2025 project. Within there we can see is the package that just came through. Because I see it's still got the wrong name there. That's a bit strange. Just see there 2026 docs. Oh, that's PS1 team. There's PS2 team. I renamed the incorrect file. Apologies. We rename that. And let's just name that back to what it was before. Save onto the timeliner, share PS2 and then that will show up in the 2025 bridge. within the team name that actually makes sense. Let's refresh this. Right, so there we can see the correct file has come through, and since I've made that error, I can just delete that original from the shared folder, hopefully before anybody else has consumed it. Otherwise I would have to ask them to delete that file as well. Okay, and that would be your BIM manager to do that. In any case, it does illustrate the methodology, so you'd have to create a brand new team, move your files across into the brand new team before you can actually get the nomenclature correct. So if you're expecting there to see A, to designate that it's being shared in or bridged in, that A means it's being bridged for me. That doesn't mean that it's being bridged, so it doesn't look correct. That you cannot change. Just the last thing before we go, you can see that I've created a case or an idea for you to come and vote for this. If you want that to update automatically, you're welcome to come and vote for it over here. Alright, that's it. Until next time, enjoy the Autodesk Construction Cloud.